Hi guys, so apologies for the delay in starting the stream. There's been a few tech issues. I think we're on top of them now, and we are playing in the FM Premier League today. It's Arsenal against Super Penguins Leeds. Go check Super Penguin out. There will be links in the description below if you're watching the replay. Otherwise, just copy paste into the search bar what's already there. For some reason, it wouldn't let me do a full update of the title, but we'll make it happen. Or if you go on my Twitter, which is handily below, and I'll stop feeding back on myself because that's nice. There we go, bit professional. Let's do that right. Yeah, you check out my Twitter, you will see that I have just sent a link that will take you to all of Super Penguin's stuff, which is nice and easy. We're just getting the game set up now. It is going to be my mighty Arsenal team versus Leeds United, and hopefully we're going to be able to get a win today. That's kind of the hope. Whether or not it will become the reality is an entirely different matter, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Let's just get into the next screen, and then I will switch us over to the glory that is FM Touch. There we go. Arsenal Leeds, nice and easy, very straightforward, good stuff. Everyone being happy. So as things stand in the FMPL, I'll just give you the kind of brief update of where we are into the league. Sorry, my brain just failed at English then. So the new league table was published the other day. Currently we sit 7th, Leeds are sitting 11th. We've played 16 games so far, I think, in total, which is a pretty large amount. And the transfer window opens next week, so if we can get a couple of wins today, which is very hopeful, if we can get a couple of wins today, we might move up as far as 5th, which is going to give us a big old budget to spend. That's kind of what we're hoping for, is that big old budget, that big old bank to bring in some new players. I'm going to load up all of our usual formations because that's pretty good. We're going to go with I guess we'll go with tiki-taka. That's going to work for us. We'll go with the gegenpress. That's going to work for us as well. And do I want a 5 at the back formation? I don't think I do. I think what I want is to also have just the bog standard control possession with the 4-2-3-1 involved. That's probably a good plan. I think we're going to start with the gegenpress feels wise against Leeds. Let's to quick pick the team. That's always the best way, and then we can tweak from there. For example, I don't think I want Talavera on the bench. I think I would like a centre half in Pablo Mari. I think we'll probably drop Bukayo Saka and Olivier Giroud for the Aranskaeta, and probably El Neni. Feels like a plan, doesn't it? That feels like a strong plan. Just make sure I've got everyone I need on the field to be able to switch formations as and when I might need to. If I need to go to 5 at the back, I've got a centre half. I need to go to 3 across the attacking midfield. I have that option on the bench as well. That looks pretty safe. Pretty safe. Maybe too safe, but pretty safe. I'm in my usual two minds about whether or not we start with Tierney or we start with Shaw. I think today we are probably starting with Tierney. That's probably going to be the plan. Let's do that. That's a pretty good lineup. So we've got Leno, Bellerin, Luis, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Ceballos, Xhaka, Willian, Aubameyang, and Lacazette. That's pretty nice. So as usual, we're going to play Leeds twice. That's kind of what we always do. We play Leeds twice. We play each team twice. We get both our games in the league out of the way against each team at once. As I said, the transfer window is opening for us next week. I have got my eyes on a few players. That there is a bit of substance there. It's a solid team put forward there, but I think we'll just casually neutralise that, because that's what we do. Just casually neutralise all that threat. Problem solved. Feels like cheating, but it's probably not. I haven't seen a rule saying I can't do that. So that's going to be the starting lineup. Let's get into the game and hopefully pick up a win. That's always the plan. Always the plan. We'll see how well it goes, but it's always the plan. Don't forget to say hi if you are lurking in that there chatteroony, because it's good to see you guys. And if any of our fellow managers from the FMPL just so happen to be lurking around too, stop by, say hi. That is the way forward. That's beautiful. That's right, Super Penguin was feeling too tired to do the streamy, recordy thing tonight, so he's joined me on the Discord text chat, which is not terribly interesting for you to watch, but he is present in the background, so that's not an issue. Let's just hope we can make something work here. That's a hell of a team. It's a hell of a team he's put together with Leeds. Done some really good transfer business. Bellerin throws the ball away immediately, which is not the one, and Rodrigo is now running at us, and I may be regretting this formation immediately. Not quite yet. Not quite regretting this formation immediately. Let's hope we can do better than that. Tonali in there is just dirty. That's just not okay. The guy whose name I can't say on YouTube because I'll get attacked, also good. For those of you, by the way, who might be new to the channel, just discovering it through the FM Premier League, my mains, or one of my main saves, or two main saves at the moment, I've got the Harchester United save that goes up Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays we've been playing as Sunderland. However, I have just agreed to join Leeds at the end of the present season on the Sunderland save, and so I keep getting very confused whenever I have to play against Leeds in any save now, because I think I should be managing Leeds because I've mentally gone a little bit. I've kind of mentally gone almost immediately. The first game after I accepted the contract with Leeds was against Leeds, which just made it all the more confusing, because we agreed end of the season, and then suddenly I'm managing against Leeds, trying to work out their side and my side, and it was a disaster. It was a disaster. Much like this game so far, it's not been the most enthralling game. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's been paused. That's what's happening there. I see what's going on. That is the kitten. We know what's occurring. We'll be fine. I was paying attention, even if no one else was. Aubameyang has picked up a knock, which is not ideal. It wants me to send Diaran Scaetta in, which is ideal. Not right now, but it could prove ideal later on, because we like Diaran Scaetta. He has scored some very impressive goals for us so far this season. He's a bit of a threat. I mean, making us bring him on would be a mistake for anyone. Just would be. Super Penguin is doing a thing here. There's a background kind of, how do we get things going? I think I've also injured Calvin Phillips at some stage, which is probably true. I apologise for the game ongoing in the background. Hopefully we won't miss a goal. If we do, I'll jump right back to it. Leno has apparently made a save, but we have to counteract the Calvin Phillips injury situation. And Lacazette now on the ball. Can we get ourselves a goal? Can we get ourselves a goal? I do play a bit dirty. I should warn everyone. I do like my hard tackling, close pressing, tight marking. Let's just, kick and run. It does work. Lacazette gets a ball across. Willian isn't really there. Someone was offside. Lacazette apparently. And we're kind of in a no goals to report situation right now. I don't know what I should suggest. It has been a very quiet first half. That's been a thing. Alioski on the ball. We're not seeing much in the way of goal chances. We're also not seeing much in the way of Willian, who's picked up the ball. Usually he's quite dangerous. He just tends to show up and just be quite dangerous. Aubameyang comes through, and it's just gone wide. And I don't know. Willian needs to buck his ideas up, because this is unacceptable to me, being this bad. There may be a tactics at half-time. There may be a tactics. I don't know what kind of a tactics, but there may be a tactics. I think we need to find a way to bring Willian into this game a bit more, because maybe inside forward isn't his best thing. He does apparently play as a supporting winger quite well. So let's try that. We'll give that 20 minutes. See how that goes. I say 20 minutes. We'll give it about 15. See how that goes. If it looks like he's coming back into the game, he'll be safe, and if it doesn't look like he's coming back into the game, he will not be safe. He just won't be safe, because I'll just bring on 3 attacking midfielders and go that way. Willian is into the box, gets across, or tries to get a crossover, and man whose name we can't see on YouTube has put it into touch. And I've got many questions. Has there been substitutions for Super Penguin? He has brought on Stuart Dallas, which is a problem, because I wasn't prepared for Stuart Dallas to be on the pitch. I probably should have set this up better. Let's try and mitigate that as quickly as we can in the background. That's a good idea. Mitigate that problem. And then, the ball, we finally got a ball into the net. Doesn't count, but Willian's going to have a go from a free kick, and he's put it in. Willian makes it 1-0, and suddenly we look a little bit more like a football team. which is good to see. It's very good to see. We do enjoy when a thing occurs that is pleasurable, and a goal from a free kick is always the one. Always the one. So, you know, things have got going at least. Granit Xhaka is not having the game of his career, I will say that for him. He is most assuredly not having the game of his career. There may be a change coming soon to make way for him. That didn't really do anything. That was a pointless throw-in. I feel like a change is going to come. In fact, a change is definitely going to come, because Granit Xhaka also really loves a red card. He's a big fan of the red card. He likes to see them as often as possible. So we're going to take Xhaka off. We're going to send Talisca in there. It's a quick rearrange, but I think it's going to provide some joy for us. I am still keeping an eye on Aubameyang because I'm aware he has picked up a knock. In fact, before I forget, let's just have a quick check, make sure no more subs have entered the field. Or indeed, just to prepare ourselves, we are going to make sure that we are prepared for any subs that may or may not come on. That feels like a good plan. We'll just casually select those guys. By the way, if you're playing at home, this is a good little trick to make you a bit more defensively solid. Basically, is just don't give them space. It's like Uber Gegenpress, which weirdly is all German. There you go. I did a German. Klich has picked up the ball, puts it forward to Rodrigo, back to Klich, and ball goes forward to Stuart Dallas. We've got to get a tackle here. We've done that at least, and Dallas heads the ball away. And I just realised I have to have a very quick check of our Oppo instructions in just a second, because that change of formation may have got rid of all our Oppo instructions. There is goal kick action happening. Nothing has changed. Good. Leno with a short pass to David Luiz, to Bellerin, Hector Bellerin down the line to Willian, who, having scored a goal, now has a respectable rating. Ceballos on the ball, forward to whoever that was. Talisca, I guess, got involved somewhere. Bellerin back to Ceballos, and we've got to get ourselves forward. Partey to Lacazette. Lacazette puts the ball out wide for Aubameyang. Can he get there? Has he got the motor left? He hasn't. I'm not surprised he's not. He's picked up quite a knock along the way, and that's not helped us at all at any stage. Meslier puts the ball forward to Dallas, and we need to track back, and track back would be ideal here. Willian maybe getting the right side of his man would be great. He's done it just in time to concede a throw-in. It's not been a spectacular game so far. I mean, a 1-0 will do us points-wise, but Ceballos hoofing the ball as far into the crowd as humanly possible. Time-wasting 101, just boot it out of the ground. That's always solid. Dallas with a throw-in. Talisca breaks it down to Partey, and David Luiz having a bit of a combination. Willian on the wing. We're sitting very deep right now, which is not really where we need to be. Tackle by Tonali. Dallas coming at us. Come on, Willian, get involved. Tonali again. Ball back. Come on. Cook is there. We'll say Cook because that's the closest I can say to his name without getting killed by YouTube. Good ball upfield, but David Luiz heads it clear. Broken up by Talisca, and now Lacazette on the ball. Lacazette has not really looked to goal threat at any stage recently, but he is at least chasing the ball down. Garay plays the ball back to Meslier, ball forward to Ayling, and can we get on top? Klich has picked up the ball, and we need to be on the defensive. Partey's trying to make a tackle, sort of. He's not really doing it, and then he's just clobbered the guy. Good work. Aubameyang to Tierney. Tierney picks the ball up from Talisca again, and plays it down for Aubameyang, who needs to dispose of this. Talisca is there. Good, nice, solid. We're holding things well. Leno puts the ball out to Bellerin, and we've still got some subs to play with as well, which is good. Willian is making a move inside, really inside. He's decided to switch wings on us. No one quite knows where he's going. Willian's just got lost. Aubameyang says, hey buddy, I was already here. I could just do the left wing stuff. Picks up the ball, and it's gone out for a throw-in. And it's going to be with Tierney, which is what we're looking for. I don't know why that switched to full highlights. That's a curiosity. I was very confused by it switching to full highlights, because I'm sure we started off on key highlights. I don't know why that changed. There is some thinking going on upon the other side of this. Super Mobile not live, but I expect there will be some kind of video of this going up somewhere, because that would be you know, a usual thing. And we'll see what the tinkering was happening behind the scenes was, because I can only assume there is some tinkering occurring. I think I can bring up what's going on over there a little bit better. I'm guessing he's probably looking at bringing on Rafinha. That would be what I was doing. What I would be doing in this situation is looking at bringing on Rafinha. I could be wrong. Looks like Bamford has come on. Talisca with a cross. Lacazette at the back post, cleared by the Leeds defender. There's a few minutes left. It's a bit nervy. We're going to put Dejan Skerter on the left-hand side, because we do have to be at least a little bit aware that Aubameyang is not fully fit, and I think Tierney is going to come off to be replaced by Luke Shaw, and that's our last sub, just because Tierney was not having a great game. For some reason, I don't know if it's a bug that they've just not ironed out with any updates yet. Left backs never seem to perform well until you replace them, then the guy that replaces them seems to have a decent-ish game. I don't know why that is. I wish I had the answers. I wish we'd had more goals in this game, because it has been slow so far. Super slow so far. I cannot really explain why it's been so slow, but it looks like we're going to get through to the end of the game without conceding another goal, which is at the very least a mercy. Willian is tired, which he didn't do anything till he scored, so he's had more of a rest than most of the team. And things seem to have been just be ticking over, is what's happening right now. There's just ticking over occurring. That's been a thing, but you know, we should be nearing the end of the first half or second half. We should be more or less through and done with, and I'm going to go and do a very quick posting of this in our Discord, because that way results get respected by all, hopefully. Hopefully that will be a thing that drops in the chat there. Good times. You watch, we'll both have posted it. That'll be fine. And then we'll get into the second game. And in the second game, I'm basically looking for more of the same, I think. I think I'm basically just after the same, but slightly different. That's kind of what I'm going for. I don't know, though. I don't know. There's a question. There's a question. What do we do next in the next leg? Because that's a thing. Just getting a message from Penguin saying that, you know, GG's, we had nothing. Hopefully we'll get more of a game out of this second leg. That would be ideal. Injury risk update. Willian is at risk of being injured, but I mean, what do you want from me, buddy? Grow a pair, I guess, is my message in a bottle. Is grow a pair. We'll see what happens. We should be okay. We should be fine. Penguin describing the performance as toothless from Leeds, and to be fair, I think we were also toothless. So there's that. Granit Xhaka did not really impress me last time out, and I'm in two minds. Do we do more of the same, or do we start with the 4-2-3-1? I think we do. We start with the 4-5-1, the gegenpress. I am going to make the change of starting El Neni, because that feels wise. I'm also going to send in Luke Shaw, because I think he's a good bet at home. Everyone else looks fit-ish. We'll keep Aubameyang on, because he tends to come alive in the second game. I think that's a pretty good all-round everything. I think we've got to get that set up again, because for some reason it never retains it. Even if I set it to positions, it doesn't retain it. We're not going to tightly mark Meslier, by the way. That would be an enormous mistake, as the police have come to find me, as you can probably hear in the background. So that's going to be our lineup today. We're going to go with Leno, Bellerin, Luis, Gabriel, Shaw, Partey, Ceballos, El Neni, Aubameyang, Willian, Lacazette. I do want a central midfielder. I do want a centre half, and I probably want a striker in the window. That's what I'm thinking. I am aware that the entire Brighton side is up for sale, so you know, if I need a Brighton player, that will happen. There is one Brighton player I've got my eye on, but I don't know if I can afford him. But, you know, we will follow the FM Premier League on Twitter and indeed the FM Premier League website, and we'll keep you updated with what transfer moves we're all making. Or I say we will. Cookie's in charge of that stuff. He'll make sure you're all kept. I think it's Sammy is in charge of the Twitter. Either way, we'll keep you updated with what's going on in terms of transfers. The game started pretty quickly into a highlight. Bellerin is going to take it straight away. Throws it short to Ceballos, to David Luiz. And that was pointless. That was a pointless opening highlight. We didn't need that. We didn't want that. We didn't see that. We didn't know that. That was not a thing we were going for. Not a thing we were going for at all. I'm not sure about having El Neni in. There was part of me that thought the best way to drop Xhaka was just to switch to the 4-2-3-1, which is what Leeds have gone with today. Funnily enough, I don't know. It's feeling like this is a very uneventful tie between these two sides. We've definitely had games with more goals than this. We've had a lot more goals than this. It's a very tight affair. I have a feeling Penguin is probably doing the same thing I am, with trying to shut everyone on the bench out of the game. In fact, I'm going to pause that now. He's unpaused it, so I can make sure before things start changing up and getting dramatic, I can make sure I'm prepared for any subs he might bring on, because that will help. That will help me to not have to focus on that, or lose focus, I guess. Forget that I haven't marked a sub, and then concede a goal to said unmarked sub. That would be nice. Clorente is apparently starting instead of man whose German name I cannot say properly on stream because it's YouTube illegal. Yeah, it's looking okay. It's not looking the worst. It's just not looking. It's not looking special. It's not looking special right now. I need to get a goal. That's very much the crux of what we're saying. I need to get a goal. El Neni needs to show up. He very much needs to show up. I'm going to tell him to calm down as soon as I can, because he's not doing a great performance. Luke Shaw, like I said, left backs never put in great performances. I don't know why. The left back you pick will never put in a great performance. It's almost better to start without a left back. Put him anywhere on the field and move him back there, I think, and the game doesn't read him as being a left back. But Willian, Aubameyang and Luke Shaw are all having incredibly rough games, which leads me to a point where I think at half-time we're going to switch it up, because I can't see a good case for keeping it. Are we going to switch it up at half-time or switch it up after half-time? I guess there's a case we made for switching up now and a case we made for switching up at half-time. The fact is there are 4 players there I'd like to take off, and I don't know which ones to do, so I'm going to kind of ruminate on that in the back of my head whilst we get the second half underway. That's a solid plan, I think. It's a pretty solid plan. How useful the plan will be is, you know, it just is. Yeah, how useful the plan will be is debatable, is what I'm trying to say. But Willian not playing well, El Neni not playing well, Shaw not playing well. It's not costing us goals, it's just costing us opportunities to score goals, if you know what I mean. This is where we go a bit chessy, I think. There's going to have been some change. Jack Harrison on for Rafinha. Probably wise. Probably a wise move. I am just having a look at this team, just thinking, where do I send guys on? We've had a throw in. Aubameyang kind of gets to it. Luke Shaw will pick it up again. To Thomas Partey. Come on, let's get the ball across. Ceballos is there. Ball out to the right wing, please. Or just hand it to a Leeds player. That's a perfectly normal thing to do. Tonali to Dallas. Come on, guys. Come on, there we go. Partey to El Neni. And we're on pause. We're on a pause. We're on a break. El Neni to Willian. Willian back to Ceballos. Ball doesn't go through to anyone. Garay is there, but Gabriel, hoofs it away to Ayling. Rodrigo, let's come back. Let's get back. Gabriel to Shaw. Shaw all the way back to the keeper. Come on, buddy, you can do better than that. Leno hoofs it upfield, looking for Lacazette, who heads it down for Willian. Can we create a goal here? Ball goes through to Aubameyang, and Meslier turns it round the post, and that was looking fairly productive for a second there. I got a bit scared. Luke Shaw is going to be taking the corner, whips it in, no one gets on the end of it, it's just kind of headed away by Garay Rodrigo trying to get after it, and won't. Free kick for Leeds. Elena puts the ball into the box. Jay Leno makes the claim, makes the save, hoofs it upfield. Willian heads it across to Aubameyang, who should be through clean here. Aubameyang, oh come on, buddy, learn to finish. Just learn to finish. That's all I ask. I so desperately need like an Alan Shearer type finisher, and I would be magic right now. Shaw heads on to Partey, tries to head into the path of Willian, but Garay heads it back to Meslier. And you can't help starting to feel there is a Leeds goal coming. Bellerin to Ceballos. Willian plays it through to Lacazette, and Lacazette again, absolutely wasteful. If Lacazette converted like a tenth of his shots, he'd have 15 goals so far this season. Shaw puts the ball in, Alenya gets rid of it, Partey on the ball, or will come onto the ball outside the box, and we're again having that long hard look at that subs bench. Shaw, come on, get a cross in, buddy. To a Arsenal player. They're in the red shirts. That's what we're looking for. Maybe get back for some defending. I'm assuming we did some defending. That was nice. We did defending. It's gonna be Shaw and Elneny coming off in a second. I'm not gonna lie. It will be Shaw and Elneny coming off because neither of them have really set the world alight. We're gonna do a quick yelling of encouragement in a second too. But let's just switch back to the control possession. It's always a strong move, and then we'll pause that in the background because I could have sworn I had paused that. What am I doing here? We're swapping Elneny and Partey. We're going to work out which way around these two guys work. I think it's that way around they work best. It is. Elneny is going to be replaced by Talisca. We are going to replace Luke Shaw with Kieran Tierney. We're going to hold back a sub because Willian might need to come off. And if he does, I've got Pepe, who's a straight swap for him. I'm just hoping this will bring Willian into the game. I'm really hoping it'll bring Willian into the game like he did last time. That would be nice. It'd be nice to bring Willian back into the game. Throw him with Bellerin to Willian now. Can he, now he's playing in a more wide position, achieve something? Gets a crossover. Almost got too excited to have an opportunity to cross. Put it well over the box. And Ayling has tackled Aubameyang. Costa on the ball. We just need a thing of positivity to happen. Tierney plays it back to Leno. Just get red, please, bud. Get red. Good stuff. Lacazette heads it down to Bellerin. Bellerin, ball forward to Willian, and we are looking for a goal. Willian's gone on a bit of a tear. He has a pop from range. And that must have gone out for the corner, surely. I guess not. FM physics. Free kick with Talisca, whips the ball over the top. Ceballos is there, can't quite head it away, and this game's starting to feel like a 0-0 draw. I'm going to take off Hector Bellerin just to be on the safe side. We'll send on Maitland-Niles just to prevent a potential red card there. I know Willian is tiring. What we're looking for really is goals, not, defensive surety, but I'd rather take the draw than lose having gone down to 10 men. Partey back to David Luiz. Ball over the top, looking for Maitland-Niles. Hopefully those fresh legs, his ability to cross will play in. Talisca can't quite get it into Willian, but Gabriel heads it to Talisca. Talisca plays in Lacazette. Back to Talisca. We've got a pause on the game at the worst possible time. Willian's in. Willian, he can't quite beat his man, and Tonali has picked it up, and now Alenya is on it. Ball hoofed down the line. Harrison's going to chase it down. That's not going to cross the line. Someone needs to get back and defend. And we've conceded to Patrick goddamn Bamford. Of all the people to score against us, Patrick Bamford. For those who aren't in on this, Patrick Bamford has scored against me every time I've ever played against him on FM on this channel. If I knew episode numbers off the top of my head, I'd tell you so you can go back and check, but every time we've ever played against Patrick Bamford, he's scored against us, no matter what level, what club. Every time he scores against us, and I'm going to demand more from this team because they need to give me more. I need more. I need to go attacking. In fact, I'm going to go very attacking. I've reached a point where I just need to get the ball forward and try and get goals here. And communist football is returning, and this is not going to help us going into the window to get that extra transfer kitty we're going to need. It's going to be a fire up now. See if that works. We've got to get a result here. Really need a result here. I am just having a look. Can I switch to the 4-4-2? If I'd used Deranskaeta, which is probably a lesson for future me, if I'd used Deranskaeta instead of Talisca, I would have the option of going to a 4-4-2. But I don't have the option of going to a 4-4-2 right now, and that is terribly worrying. Because, you know, I mean I could, but I wouldn't have I'd only have one recognised striker because I'd have to use Aubameyang on the left. And that's not really the one. We need to... In fact, we're probably going to berate them. Let's do that. Sod it. A minute left to go. We either are going to get a goal here or we won't. I don't think we are. I think this is going to go to a 1-0 loss to Leeds. We have somehow, I don't know, on like countback or something, we're somehow picking up a trophy this week. Pity. It could be pity. I don't know how they've worked that out. Number of shots wasted. Is that what we've won on? Number of shots wasted. That could very well be where we've ended up here. Although if you're an Arsenal fan watching this, this is what a trophy ceremony looks like. No Arsenal fan has seen one in quite some time. So, you know, enjoy that, I suppose. That's often bants. The goalkeeper's doing cartwheels. As long as it's not me doing cartwheels, I think we're probably safe. Otherwise, we desperately need a medic. I'm just going to quickly grab that there screenshot because that's going to be needed for the thingy-mabobby thing. Let's take that screenshot there. We'll chuck that in the Discord and we'll see what happens. And we should be okay. Once I've done that, we are going to wrap up. So there's that. Yeah, so let us wrap things up. That's a good place to do it. Before I forget, don't forget to use the 2Game FM Premier discount code. If you go to 2Game, you get 10% off with the code FMPL. So there you go, there's a thing. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. This has always been a lot of fun. Thanks to Super Penguin for the game. I will tell him that offline as well, because I know he may not be watching. One of my housemates is getting murdered, which is always a good start. Love a Thursday night. In the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. You can catch me on the socials below, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon at Chasing Lamely. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. I've been Chasing Lamely.